We've now arrived at one of the most critical parts of setting up QuickBooks Online, managing the chart of accounts. If you're not familiar with this term, don't worry. It's not as intimidating as it might sound. The chart of accounts serves as the backbone of your bookkeeping system. Every financial transaction your business makes is recorded and organized within this chart. To fully understand what the chart of accounts is, let's take a step back in time. Before the days of computers, accountants and bookkeepers used a physical book called the general ledger. Imagine this ledger as a giant book with hundreds of pages. Each page represented a specific financial category, such as income, expenses, or assets, and every transaction related to that category was meticulously recorded on its respective page. For instance, if you received income from, say, catering services, you'd write it on the page titled Catering Income. Likewise, if you paid a delivery fee to a shipping company, you'd record it under Delivery Expense. Now, in the modern digital world, accounting tools like QuickBooks Online replaces this physical ledger with an electronic version, the chart of accounts. Instead of flipping through pages, each category now exists as a separate account within QuickBooks. These accounts organize and categorize all of your business transactions in a way that's clean, logical, and easy to work with. Why is this important? Because these accounts ultimately feed into your financial reports, which provide the insights you need to understand your business's health. For example, the total balances from your income and expense accounts flow into the profit and loss statement. This report tells you how much money you've made, or lost, over a specific period of time. Similarly, balances from your asset and liability accounts flow into the balance sheet, a report that shows what you own versus what you owe. To summarize, the chart of accounts organizes your financial transactions into categories, and the totals of these categories are used to generate essential financial reports. These reports, like the profit and loss and balance sheet, are the key tools that business owners, accountants, and financial professionals use to evaluate your business's performance and position. To get started with the chart of accounts, let's open it up in QuickBooks. You can access the chart of accounts in two ways. Click the gear icon, also known as the settings menu, in the top right corner of your dashboard. From the drop-down menu, select Chart of Accounts under the Your Company column. Alternatively, navigate to the Transactions tab in the left-hand menu, and from the extended menu, select Chart of Accounts. Both of these methods will land you on the Chart of Accounts list. If this is your first time visiting the Chart of Accounts, QuickBooks will display a button that says, See your Chart of Accounts. Click it to proceed. For subsequent visits, the list of accounts will load automatically. Now, let's address an important point. When you open the Chart of Accounts for the first time, you'll notice that QuickBooks has already created a long list of default accounts for you. These are general-purpose accounts designed to cover most business needs. While many of these accounts may be useful, others might not apply to your business, at least not right now. For instance, QuickBooks might include an account for advertising expenses, but if you have no plans to advertise yet, you won't need this account. So don't let the long list overwhelm you. We'll focus on creating the key accounts your business needs, and I'll also show you how to clean up or hide unnecessary accounts later. Now that you're in the chart of accounts, take a moment to look around. You'll see a list of accounts, each with columns for account name, type, detail type, and balance. As we create our own accounts, you'll see them added to this list, and we'll make them easy to spot by using capital letters. Now, let's break down the three main elements that go into creating and managing these accounts: account name, account type, and detail type. First, the account name is exactly what it sounds like. It's the name you give to each account. The name should be clear and specific so that anyone reviewing your books can immediately understand what the account is for. For example, instead of a generic name like income, you might use catering income or food sales. In this course, we will type all account names in capital letters. This makes it easier to distinguish the accounts we create from those that QuickBooks automatically adds to your chart of accounts. Next is the account type. This is a critical setting because it determines two things. 1. The kinds of transactions you can record in that account, and 2. where the account will appear on your financial reports. For instance, if you create an account with the type Bank, QuickBooks will allow you to record deposits and withdrawals in that account. However, if the account type is set to Expense, you won't be able to record deposits there. It will only accept expenses. Additionally, account types like Bank, Accounts Receivable, or Assets appear on the balance sheet, while account types like Income or Expenses appear on the Profit and Loss statement. The third element is the Detail type. This is a unique QuickBooks setting that further specifies what kind of account it is. Think of it as a subcategory. For example, if you select Bank as the account type, the detail type could be Checking, Savings, or Cash on Hand. Similarly, for an account type like Expense, the detail type could be Utilities, Office Supplies, or Shipping. While the detail type doesn't usually impact your day-to-day work in QuickBooks, it's helpful for accountants during tax time because it maps the account to specific lines on your company's tax forms. Here's a quick tip. Don't stress too much about the detail type. If you accidentally choose the wrong one, it won't disrupt your bookkeeping. You can always correct it later. For now, focus on selecting the right account type and giving each account a clear, descriptive name. Stay tuned, and let's discuss how to add a new account to your chart of accounts in our next video.